Merry Christmas. Thank you. So gather here today. I'm reminded, there's a phrase I've heard of that the phrase familiarity breeds contempt. Familiarity breeds contempt. It's a phrase that says those things that we've heard over and over and over again, or experience or encounter over and over again, are the same old, and we get sick and tired of them. And we may think of that with the Christmas story, what we celebrate today. We hear this year after year. We know this story. There's shepherds, there's angels, there's Jesus born in a manger with the donkeys and the sheep and so on. And we may think, here we are again. Same old, same old. Familiarity breeds contempt. But this leads me to think about something else that I think prevents that. And that is the role of wonder. Wonder. And there's a difference between approaching things with that same familiarity or, same old, but rather approaching with the posture of wonder as a key ingredient. Because wonder is when we approach something with that humility to recognize there's something more here to be discovered, something that maybe I know on some level, but there's something more. Something to be encountered, something to yet be unpacked, to recognize there's deeper layers here than what I have before, than what I've seen before. It's where we approach with gratitude and find something here of delight. That it's all about encounter with mystery. Wonder is the appropriate posture before mystery. But in Christianity, when we speak of mystery, we don't mean mystery merely like a Sherlock Holmes mystery, a problem to be solved. Rather, it's an encounter with a truth, a reality that's so much bigger than we can fully grasp all at once. It's sort of like the analogy I use. It's like trying to hug a mountain. Right? You may approach a mountain and you can stretch your arms wide, but you're only going to get a little ways around the mountain. Of course, you can then shimmy around the mountain and experience different places, facets of the mountain, but you can never take it all in at once. And so it is with mystery. Or another image is like the ocean. Sometimes people approach God like the ocean. If you've seen the ocean, it's kind of infinite water. And you may look at it and see, once I've seen one bit, I've seen it all. And we can be dismissive of it. Until, that is, we submerge ourselves into the ocean. That's when we discover there's so much more here than we ever realize. That we discover in the ocean underwater coral reefs and all sorts of wondrous life and underwater canyons and mountain ranges and volcanoes to be explored. That it's same with the mystery of God. It can be easy for us to just see God, and this Christmas mystery is just, same old, I've seen it all. But we're invited to be immersed into the mystery. You see, Christianity is not simply about following rules or simply about me using God for what I want. Yes, we ask God for things, and yes, there are rules. But at the heart of Christianity, it's about the mystery of God breaking into our history, our world, our lives, and transforming us. All this church stuff, what it's ultimately is about is an encounter with the mystery of God and to be transformed by it. During this time of year of Christmas, we tend to hear tales about the transformative power of Christmas, the magic of Christmas. Think of things like Dr. Seuss's The Grinch, right, who discovered that there was a deeper magic to Christmas and his heart grew 3 sizes that day. Or about Ebenezer Scrooge, who was bah humbug about Christmas, but then encountered that there's a deeper thing here about Christmas that has the power to transform even grumpy old Scrooge into a kind and generous man. And even, we recently in Hampton had our own local Christmas play, The Colorless Christmas, that had a similar message about the transformative power of the mystery, the magic of Christmas. But lest you think that Father Kevin is simply in fanciful stories, there's also real life stories of people being transformed by this mystery. I think of, in 1914, the Christmas truce of World War I. We're in the middle of the greatest war that the world had ever seen up till that point. That on Christmas Day, how the soldiers of opposing sides came out of their trenches spontaneously to have a truce, to sing Christmas carols, to play games of soccer together, a sort of spontaneous agreement of peace for that day. I've also known individuals who, in their life journey, were away from the church for some time, but came to church after a long time to Christmas, and something clicked for them, where that inspired something new in them to be a better person, to follow God more faithfully, that they were transformed by Christmas. That all this magic of Christmas that we think about, at the heart of it is this profound mystery of Christ being born to the world. And there's layers to that mystery of the little child being born. We can think of the layers within that mystery of, first of all, the layer of simply the wonder of the new life of a child at birth. Itself a beautiful mystery. When we think about when someone has a child, there's this little lump of creature who disrupts our whole world, our sleep, our social lives, and this little lump of creature that only eats, sleeps, and poops, And yet, it pulls out of us this profound sense of love, of joy, of life, even though objectively our life may be more miserable than it was before. Less sleep, my social life is thrown off. And yet we're overwhelmed for love for this little creature who's helpless and can't do anything. There's a wonder there. And if you've ever seen a parent with their child, with their newborn child, and the simple gaze of love, even though no words are being exchanged, there's a profound communication going on. And that gaze of love. And so deeper in this mystery, how God wants to encounter us in that way. Yes, himself being born as an infant. But also how most often that is God's language of prayer. We go to God in prayer, and we bring our needs, our fears, our worries, and he, like that parent with a child, just holds us in that gaze of love. Communicates in that way that's deeper than words, because the mystery of God goes beyond what mere words can say. And we can dig deeper into this mystery of Christmas. The mystery of this birth is precisely how the all-powerful, almighty, transcendent God, who creator of the universe, the great expanse of space, who thunders, who shakes the earth, dwindled himself down from infinity to infancy. The all-powerful made powerless, helpless. The eternal, timeless, enters into time and history. The light coming into a world full of darkness, goodness breaking into a world overrun by evil, life breaking into a world that's surrounded by death. That there's a profound hope in all of this. That in the person of this helpless child that we celebrate is the perfect harmonious union between heaven and earth, human and divine, spiritual and physical, supernatural and natural. The fullness of God entering into the fullness of humanity. That it's the mystery of God breaking into our world and drawing us intimately close to him. So let us, this Christmas, approach the mystery of Christmas with renewed wonder, at this mystery. That there's layers here to ponder, to reflect on, to delight in, and to allow this mystery to break into every part of our life. To approach this mystery with the fullness of ourselves, all of our experiences of life in the past year or further back, the joys of our life, the weddings, the marriages we've celebrated in past years, anniversaries, delight at the birth of new children and grandchildren, and bringing also our experiences of suffering, of grief at death. Our sufferings, our questions, our doubts, our feelings of shame, unworthiness, that I'm no good or not worthy of love. To approach this mystery of Christmas with all of that too. There's room there may not be room at the inn, but there's room at the manger for all of our fullness of our humanity. And behold this Christmas mystery with renewed wonder, gazing upon this child born in a manger, and allow yourself to be encountered with the mystery. So we truly do sing, "Come, all ye faithful. Come, let us adore him." But also I might add, "Come, all ye unfaithful," who maybe you've been away from God or church for a while, or don't feel worthy, as I said, but also come and be renewed in wonder at this mystery of God's breaking into the world, the mystery of Christmas, breaking into your life. Merry Christmas. Thank you. So gather here today, I'm reminded, there's a phrase I've heard of